So our lesson objective is I can find the area of a sector. So how do we find the area of a sector when the angle is in degrees? So kind of like the arc length, we're going to use what we know about circles already. So the area of a circle is pi r squared. R is the radius. So if I'm interested, so that tells me like the area for this whole shape here. That's what this formula refers to. But if I was interested in just this part of the circle, how would I do that? Well, the idea here is that there is that common ratio we know that the entire length around the whole circle is 360 degrees. And then the length around this part of this circle, well, that's theta. So if I wanted to know what the area is of just this portion of the circle, this would be considered, first of all, this part of the circle is considered a sector. Let me just state that. And then the area of the sector, that's going to be this angle theta over 360 degrees, because that's going to give me this portion of the circle that I'm interested in. And it's going to be times pi r squared. Now remember, pi is also the same as 180 degrees. So we're going to use that now to rewrite this formula, which is for this portion of the circle, in terms of radians. So as a formula, the area of a sector is theta over 360 times pi r squared. So remember that this pi is the same as 180 degrees. So we can rewrite it as 180 degrees and then times r squared, and then 180 degrees divided by 360 degrees would just be 2. So we have theta over 2 r squared. This is if our formula is given to us in terms of radians. So here we have a circle, and we're interested in this arc length. Sorry, not arc length. Area of this sector. So we're going to use the formula for if we had this problem given to us in degrees, just because I think it really makes the most sense as we're doing it. So it's 74 over 360 degrees. Now times the area of the rest of the circle. So that's pi times 4 squared. So I'm going to write the area as this. So then that's going to be 184 pi over 360. And then that's going to be, when we simplify it, 148 over 45 pi. Now, if I wanted to do this with the formula for the sector where it's given to us in terms of radians, what we would have to do first is convert the 74 degrees to radians. So I would do times pi over 180 degrees. Which is going to be 37 over 90 pi. So then this formula, we would use it now. It would be the area is 37 over 90 pi over 2 times the 4 squared. So we would do this angle divided by 2, which would be 37 over 180, pi times 16, and then we would do 37 times 16, and I'd get 592 over 180 pi, and that would give me the 148 over 45 pi I got before. So both ways work. To avoid confusion, I will use this method, however, because it requires less steps. Also, we just want to make sure we have the units on these, so it's centimeters squared because it's area. Okay, we're interested in figuring out what the area of this sector is. So I'm going to take the ratio of this part of the circle. This is 205 over 360, and then I'm going to do times pi times 11.2 squared. So the 205 over 360, that's going to simplify to 41 over 72. And then it's times 11.2 squared. So that's 125.44. We also have the pi. So we're going to multiply that by 41. And I get 5143.04 over 72 pi. Which ends up being 70. Oh, wait, I want my answer in fraction form. I'm sorry. So it's going to be 16,072 over 225 pi. I'm just going to go ahead and include my units, feet squared. All right, so now we're interested in figuring out the area of this sector. This problem's a lot nicer because it's given to us in radians. So we're going to do this formula again, the theta over 2 times r squared. So that's 2 pi over 3 over 2 times 7 squared. We do 3 divided by 2. I'm sorry, 3 times 2. So we have 2 pi over 6 times 7 squared. And then that's going to be pi over 3 times 49. So it's 49 over 3 pi kilometers squared. And we can't simplify that because 49 is 7 times 7. And 7 and 3, you can't divide 7 by 3, I'm sorry. Okay, we want to figure out the area of this portion of the circle. So we're going to have the area is 19 pi over 12. It's the same process that I used in the previous slide. So it's that formula again, times 23.6 squared. So this is 19 pi over 24. And then it's going to be times 23.6 squared. And that is 556.96. So I'm going to do that times 19. And I get 10,582.24 over 24. And then we have pi. And when I simplify that, it's 66139 over 150 pi meters squared. So at the end of this lesson, you can find the area of a sector.